Earth's retaliation was so savage that the galaxy fell silent. The sky over New York City glowed faintly as the last rays of the sun disappeared behind tall buildings. Adam Cole stood on the rooftop of a government building, looking out at the horizon. He could see the ships far above, tiny dots in the darkening sky, barely moving, but he knew they were watching. He clenched his fists. Humans had always lived with fear of the unknown, but now the unknown had names, and the names were alien. In a conference room far below, Laura Bennett, one of the leading scientists on Earth's Defense Council, studied a projection of incoming transmissions. The messages were desperate, sent from human colonies on Mars and Titan. "We need help," the hologram repeated over and over. "We cannot fight them alone." The voices were weak, full of fear but clear, yet the Council had seen the messages. They had sent them to the Galactic Council for support. The replies had been cold. Mockery. The aliens called Earth primitive, weak, and insignificant. Adam paced across the rooftop. He was not a soldier, not by training, but he felt the weight of responsibility pressing down on him. Humans might not have the technology of the great galactic races, but they had something else: resilience. Somewhere deep inside, he knew that resilience would have to shine now, or humanity would be crushed. He turned to a small communicator and whispered, "We have to start. We cannot wait for anyone else." On Mars, colonists were preparing for an attack that had already begun. Kevin Morris, the colony's military commander, gave orders to hide civilians in underground bunkers while his small fleet scrambled to intercept the alien scouts. He knew the odds were against them. The ships he commanded were smaller, slower, and fewer in number. Still, he refused to surrender. "We fight or we die," he said, "and dying without fighting is worse than dying with pride." Back on Earth, Laura and her team worked day and night. Engineers like Emma Turner and Lisa Grant scoured old blueprints of long-retired ships, weapons designs, and failed experiments. They were turning them into real tools of defense. "We don't have to match them ship for ship," Emma said, tightening a bolt on a plasma turret. "We just have to be smarter," Lisa nodded, her hands moving quickly over the controls. "They will underestimate us," she said, "and that will be our advantage." Adam met Laura in the control room. "We cannot wait for the galaxy to notice us," he said. "They think we are weak." "Let's prove them wrong." Laura nodded grimly. "I've already sent out teams to every old facility we can reach, secret ones hidden for decades. If they think Earth is unprepared, they are about to be very wrong." The alien alliance did not wait. Small attack ships, fast and deadly, entered Earth's orbit. They tested defenses, probing weak points, firing with precision. Humanity's defenses were sparse, scattered, but not absent. Earth's satellites and military installations responded, launching missiles, energy pulses, and countermeasures. Explosions lit the sky like strange fireworks. Civilians watched from their windows, terrified but unable to look away. Adam stayed on the rooftop, his eyes following the dance of destruction. He could feel the fear but also a strange pride. Humans were fighting back. In New York, families huddled together. Children asked questions adults could not answer. "Why are they here?" a small boy asked, his eyes wide. Laura's voice came over a communicator, calm but firm. "Because they do not respect us, but we will show them that we are not so weak." Her words did not erase fear, but they gave hope, a fragile spark in the dark. Kevin Morris on Mars faced similar scenes. His soldiers were young, inexperienced, but determined. They did not have the fleet strength of the aliens, but they had courage and discipline. He gave them a simple order: stay alive, protect civilians, hit hard when you can. He knew it was not much, but it was all they had. Yet, even in the darkness of uncertainty, small victories began to appear. An alien scout ship miscalculated its attack and was destroyed by a mining rig converted into a weapon. The news spread quickly through the colonies. Humans were resourceful. Adam and Laura watched the reports from Earth and the colonies. Each victory was small, but each was a message. Humanity would not bow. The alien alliance, for all its power, began to realize that humans did not fight like others. They fought with ingenuity, unpredictability, and stubbornness. Their attacks became cautious, careful, hesitant. A sense of unease spread among the alien ranks. In one hidden facility in the Midwest, a team of scientists activated an old orbital defense platform. Jason Hill, the captain assigned to the platform, checked the systems one by one. "All weapons online," he said. "All systems ready." He looked at the young crew around him, their faces pale but determined. "They think we are weak," he said. "They think we will fall. They are about to be surprised." Back on Earth, the council met again. Laura explained the progress. "We cannot win by brute force alone," she said. "We must outthink them. We must use every hidden weapon, every forgotten plan, every human trick that they cannot understand." Adam nodded. "Then let's do it. The galaxy has ignored our cries. Now it will watch and it will learn." The alien scouts reported back to their fleet commanders. "Humans are resisting," they said. "They are unpredictable, they are dangerous." The commanders laughed. They had seen nothing yet. Their arrogance blinded them. They believed that humanity's resistance was nothing more than noise, a brief annoyance in a galaxy that belonged to them. They were wrong. In the cities, families continued to hide. In the bunkers, soldiers trained. In hidden facilities, engineers worked tirelessly. Humanity's response was quiet, invisible in many ways, but growing stronger every hour. Adam watched the sky again. The ships above were still there, but humanity was not waiting to be destroyed. They were preparing, building, learning, and fighting back. Every small victory, every clever move, every act of courage was a signal. Humans were alive and they would not be ignored. As night fell fully across the planet, the stars seemed brighter. Humanity's eyes were on them now, not with fear but with determination. Somewhere in the distance, the alien alliance planned their next move. Somewhere in hidden bunkers, humans readied their response. The first chapter of the battle had begun. It was quiet, tense, and dangerous. No one knew who would win, but one thing was clear. Humanity had survived the first wave, and in surviving, they had shown the galaxy that Earth could not be taken lightly. The alien fleet above Mars moved slowly, confident. Kevin Morris stood on the command deck of the colony's main station, his hands gripping the railing. He could see the enemy ships through the viewports. They were large, bright with energy weapons, and built to destroy everything in their path. Yet he did not panic. He had a plan, small as it was, and he trusted his team. "All ships report status," Kevin said. The responses came quickly. Some were damaged but functional. A few ships had minor system failures, but nothing critical. "We cannot outfight them," he continued, "but we can outthink them." Emma Turner, working in a converted mining station, checked the energy converters she had rigged to fire plasma bursts. "We can take out their scouts," she said, her voice calm. "If we hit quickly and disappear, they won't know what's coming." Kevin nodded. "That is exactly what we will do." He turned to his youngest pilot, Ryan Jenkins, barely 20 years old, hands trembling slightly. "You fly the first strike. Be smart, be fast, and don't get caught." Ryan swallowed but nodded. He climbed into his small fighter ship, built from old cargo designs but modified with new technology and improvised weapons. The alien scouts did not notice the humans at first. They were confident. They had seen primitive species like humans before. They expected quick surrender, chaos, or panic. Instead, they found empty space. Sensors picked up nothing unusual. Then, without warning, a burst of plasma hit the lead ship. It was gone in a flash of light. The other scouts turned toward the source, and that was the moment Ryan struck again. Small human ships appeared from hidden asteroid fields, mines converted into weapons, and sudden bursts of energy that disabled their systems. The aliens were confused. They had never faced an enemy that struck and vanished so quickly. Back on Earth, Adam Cole watched live feeds from the colonies. He smiled faintly. "They are learning," he said to Laura. "The galaxy thinks we are weak, but they are wrong." Laura nodded. "And the more they think they are safe, the harder our next move will hit." On Mars, Kevin's forces pressed the attack. Civilian engineers were essential now. Lisa Grant coordinated teams that controlled automated turrets on the colony's surface. Every turret was loaded with experimental weapons, lasers scavenged from old stations, and devices adapted from mining tools. The alien scouts tried to land troops, but the humans had set traps underground. When a landing ship touched down, it triggered a collapse that swallowed the alien craft whole. Small victories, but important. Kevin knew that news of these victories had already reached the alien alliance. Reports came through with disbelief. "Humans are dangerous," one commander said to another. "We did not expect this. They are clever, they adapt too fast." The second commander shook his head. "They are primitive. This is impossible. The humans cannot sustain this." Yet the humans did sustain it. On Titan, a remote colony far from Earth, Daniel Brooks and his team worked tirelessly. They had received little support, but that did not stop them. Small fighters zipped in and out of alien lines, striking supply ships and communication relays. Civilians learned to hide sensors, jam signals, and launch attacks from the shadows. The alien ships became cautious, hesitant, unsure of every move. Back on Earth, Laura worked on another plan. She had discovered old war satellites that were forgotten decades ago. They were slow, barely functional, but they still had power. With a team of engineers, they repaired and armed them with long-range weapons. Jason Hill oversaw the satellites from his hidden orbital station. "These will be our ghosts in the sky," he said. "They will strike when no one expects it." Adam and Laura realized something important. The aliens had never faced a species that used its weakness as strength. Humans were slow to react compared to advanced fleets, yes, but humans were unpredictable, clever, and relentless. They did not fight for glory, money, or conquest. They fought for survival, for family, for their home, and that made them dangerous in ways the aliens did not understand. Kevin's small fleet continued to strike the alien forces. Every hit was carefully planned. An abandoned research satellite became a sniper platform. A mining rig became a trap that destroyed an alien transport ship. Human crews worked together, combining ideas and improvisation. Each success spread quickly, giving humans hope and shaking the aliens' confidence. The aliens realized the humans were learning. Each encounter became harder. They could not predict attacks anymore. They did not understand the technology that humans adapted from old tools. The humans' unpredictability was as deadly as their weapons. Adam and Laura monitored the growing resistance. "We are not just defending ourselves anymore," Adam said. "We are showing the galaxy that humans are not weak." Laura smiled slightly. "And soon, they will see that they should never underestimate us again." On Mars, Kevin ordered a coordinated strike. Ryan Jenkins led a small team of ships through a narrow asteroid field. Human ships appeared where they should not be, hitting alien supply lines, destroying communications, and vanishing again before the enemy could respond. Civilians on Mars watched the small screen feeds, cheering quietly in underground bunkers. Hope was rising and fear was shifting. Back on Earth, Adam spoke to citizens over emergency channels. "We are fighting back," he said. "We are small, we are not perfect, but we are clever. We will survive." Families listened in silence, afraid but proud. They were beginning to believe that humans could resist. The alien commanders grew frustrated. They had expected surrender, chaos, or a quick victory. Instead, they faced stubborn resistance and creative attacks. They called councils among themselves, arguing about strategy. "We must crush them," one said. "They are dangerous beyond reason." Another shook his head. "They are still primitive. They cannot sustain this. We just need patience." Patience, however, was no longer on their side. Humans were not waiting. They were striking, growing, and learning every day. In one hidden human facility, Laura oversaw the activation of experimental defense systems. Jason Hill from orbit communicated with her team. "Targets are locked," he said. "Ready to fire." The humans waited for the right moment, watching the enemy carefully. Then, a single command was given. Energy beams fired across space, hitting alien supply ships in precise strikes. The aliens scrambled, unsure how humans had learned to reach them from orbit. Adam stood in the command center watching the reports. "This is just the beginning," he said quietly. "We are small, but we are growing. The galaxy thought we were weak, but we are learning fast." Laura nodded. "And we will keep learning." They will never underestimate humans again. On Titan, Daniel Brooks and his team faced a final group of alien ships trying to take the colony. Human fighters darted in and out, using speed, traps, and clever attacks. A single old freighter was converted into a decoy, drawing several ships away while hidden humans attacked from behind. The aliens suffered losses they could not understand. They had seen many civilizations, but humans were different. Throughout the colonies, Earth, and hidden orbital stations, humanity continued to adapt. Soldiers and civilians worked together. Engineers and pilots shared ideas. Every small victory was amplified. The aliens began to fear not strength but unpredictability. They could not anticipate human moves, and that uncertainty made every strike dangerous. Kevin looked at his fleet and smiled. They were exhausted, battered, and scared, but they were alive. Ryan Jenkins returned from another strike, eyes bright with pride. "We did it again," he said. Kevin nodded. "This is just the beginning. We keep fighting, we keep learning, and we never stop." Adam, Laura, Kevin, Jason, Ryan, Emma, Lisa, and Daniel were not alone. Humanity was alive, clever, and refusing to be crushed. Small victories here, small victories there were adding up. The aliens had underestimated humans, and now the galaxy was beginning to notice that something different was happening. In the darkness of space, alien fleets paused, confused and cautious. Reports of destroyed ships, vanished supply lines, and unexpected attacks spread quickly. The humans were unpredictable, and that unpredictability was growing stronger every day. On Earth, Adam looked at the night sky. Stars shone brightly, and among them he imagined the alien fleets. Humanity was small, but they had begun to strike back. They were clever, stubborn, and alive. He whispered, "We will show them. We will fight, and they will remember us." Laura stood beside him, quiet but determined. "And soon," she said, "they will wish they had listened when we called for help." The first human strikes had changed everything. The aliens could no longer move freely. The colonies survived. Hope spread among humans. Fear spread among aliens. The galaxy, which had ignored Earth, began to notice. Humans were learning to fight together, to improvise, and to strike when least expected. The quiet resistance of Part 1 had become a dangerous force in Part 2, and humanity's retaliation was only beginning. The stars above Earth were quiet, but the planet below was alive with activity. Adam Cole walked through a massive command center, screens and holograms glowing all around him. Reports from Mars, Titan, and other colonies came in fast. Humans were fighting back everywhere. The aliens had expected easy victories, but humanity's resistance had grown stronger and smarter. Laura Bennett moved between teams of engineers, scientists, and soldiers. She checked weapons systems, orbital platforms, and underground bunkers. Everything was connected now, and everything was ready. "We strike together," she said to her team. "Every attack must be coordinated. They will not see us coming, and they will not understand how we fight." On Mars, Kevin Morris gathered his fleet. "Today we change everything," he told his pilots. "We have learned from every attack. We have survived. Now we hit them where it hurts." His ships were small, but they were fast and equipped with clever traps. Civilian engineers had modified old mining vessels into fighters, turrets, and decoys. Every human ship was unpredictable, and every human crew knew how to survive. In orbit above Earth, Jason Hill checked the orbital defense platforms. "Satellites ready," he said. "We can reach every part of the alien fleet in their space." He looked at the young crew around him, some barely adults. "We may be small, but we are everywhere, and they will never know where we will strike next." The alien alliance moved cautiously. Their fleets had lost ships, supply lines, and communications, and they did not understand why. Humans had struck from underground, orbit, and hidden colonies. Their attacks were clever, fast, and precise. Alien commanders argued among themselves. "They are primitive," one said, "but they are dangerous." Another shook his head. "We do not understand them, we cannot predict their moves." On Titan, Daniel Brooks prepared his forces. "We are small," he said to the young pilots and engineers, "but we are clever. We have survived. Now we show them what humans can do." The humans had learned to adapt quickly, turning almost every tool, old ship, and civilian craft into a weapon. Every attack by humans confused the aliens further, making them hesitate. Adam watched the reports from Earth and the colonies. "They do not know who we are," he said to Laura, "and that is our advantage. They see weakness, but we are growing stronger." Laura nodded. "Every small strike they see is just a piece of what we can do. When we act fully, they will not survive it." The first coordinated strike began. Human ships appeared from hidden asteroid fields, abandoned colonies, and deep space anomalies. Orbital platforms fired beams that disabled enemy ships before they could fire back. Mining rigs detonated near supply ships, destroying them completely. Communication networks were disrupted by sudden, precise attacks. The alien fleets were caught by surprise. They tried to regroup, but human ships moved faster, striking unpredictably. Kevin Morris led a group of fighters directly into the heart of the alien fleet. Ryan Jenkins followed, flying through narrow passages between massive warships. They struck supply lines and communications towers, then vanished before enemy reinforcements could arrive. Civilians underground controlled automated turrets and traps that hit alien landing ships. Every small action was part of a larger, coordinated plan. On Earth, Adam and Laura monitored everything. The humans had become like shadows in the galaxy. "They are learning too fast," an alien commander said over the communication channels, but his words were private. His fleet faltered. Every strike seemed to come from everywhere at once. They could not predict, defend, or escape. In the colonies, Daniel Brooks directed human fighters. "Remember, hit and vanish," he said. "We do not fight them directly, we confuse them, break their plans, and protect our people." The young pilots followed his instructions perfectly. One by one, alien ships fell to carefully placed traps, disabled weapons, or unexpected attacks from the humans. Adam walked to the observation deck, watching the chaos in space. The humans were not loud, but they were precise. The alien alliance did not expect intelligence mixed with courage. Every human had learned to think, improvise, and act together. They were small, but they were everywhere, and the enemy could not see them all. Laura turned to her engineers. "Every system is linked. Every colony, every orbital station, every fleet must act as one. Today, we do not defend. Today, we attack, and we show the galaxy what humans are capable of." The engineers nodded. The weapons, satellites, and fleets were ready. The humans were ready. In a hidden orbital platform, Jason Hill fired the first strike across enemy space. Beams of energy disabled communications and power systems on the lead alien fleet. The enemy was confused. Supply ships were destroyed by disguised human freighters. Orbital satellites fired at key points, disabling engines. The humans did not fight for glory. They fought for survival, and every strike was perfect. Kevin and Ryan struck the alien fleet from the side, appearing where they should not. Attacks came from every direction. The alien commanders could not understand the speed, strategy, or coordination. Ships tried to flee, but every route was covered. Their attacks were weaker, slower, and less precise. Humans were changing the rules of battle. On Titan, Daniel Brooks directed attacks on alien reinforcements. Traps, hidden missiles, and clever maneuvers destroyed ships silently. Civilians coordinated drones, automated turrets, and energy bursts from hidden facilities. The humans had become unpredictable shadows, striking wherever the enemy was weak. Back on Earth, Adam watched the reports in silence. Hundreds of alien ships had been disabled or destroyed, and human casualties were small. Humanity had shown that their cleverness, cooperation, and courage could overcome superior technology. Laura smiled faintly. They thought we were weak. Now they see the truth. The alien fleets panicked. Commanders argued about what to do next. Some wanted to retreat, others wanted to fight. They did not realize that humans did not need to destroy the entire fleet to win. Humans only needed to survive, confuse, and hit key points. Unpredictability was their weapon, and the aliens could not counter it. Kevin and Ryan returned from another strike. "We hit their supply lines," Kevin said. "They don't know where it came from." Ryan smiled, his face tired but proud. "We are everywhere," he said, "and they cannot see us all." Adam turned to Laura. "This is just the beginning. The galaxy has ignored humans for too long. Now they know we are alive, clever, and dangerous." Laura nodded. "And soon they will realize they cannot take us lightly. Not anywhere, not ever." On Titan, Daniel Brooks gathered his team. "We survived the first attacks. Now we are striking back. Every human on every colony, every ship, and every platform is part of this. The enemy cannot predict us. They cannot stop us. They only learn how clever we are." In orbit, Jason Hill and his crew continued to fire energy beams, destroy engines, and disable systems. The alien fleet was in chaos. They tried to communicate, but the humans had disrupted their networks. They tried to retreat, but their paths were blocked by invisible human traps. Every move they made was anticipated, every action countered, and every strategy confused. Adam, Laura, Kevin, Daniel, Ryan, Jason, Emma, and Lisa were not only surviving, they were teaching the galaxy a lesson. Humans were small, weak in numbers, and underestimated, but they were clever, fast, and united. The alien commanders had no idea how to stop them, and every mistake they made cost ships, lives, and confidence. On Earth, people watched the live feeds from the colonies. Children, families, and soldiers saw the humans fighting in space and across planets. They did not cheer loudly, but they understood something important. Humans were not powerless. Humans were alive, resourceful, and unstoppable. When united, Kevin Morris looked at the stars. "We fight not for conquest," he said to Ryan. "We fight because we survive." "And survival has made us stronger than they thought," Ryan nodded. "And they will remember it," he said. Adam and Laura walked through the command center. Reports came from every colony, orbital station, and fleet. Humans had coordinated attacks across hundreds of points. The alien fleets were crippled, confused, and terrified. Humanity had shown that cleverness, courage, and unity could defeat superior power. Jason Hill looked at the final systems online. "We are everywhere," he said. "They cannot see all of us. They cannot destroy us all." "This is our strength," Laura nodded, "and the galaxy will know it soon." As the first full strike ended, humans were tired but victorious. Alien fleets had suffered heavy losses, supply lines were broken, communications were destroyed, and for the first time the galaxy noticed. Humans were not weak, humans were clever, brave, and unpredictable. Adam looked at Laura. "This is the first real lesson," he said. "The galaxy will never ignore Earth again." Laura smiled. "And the aliens will remember it forever." In hidden facilities, ships, and colonies, humans rested briefly, repairing and preparing for the next strikes. The retaliation had begun in full. The galaxy, which had once ignored Earth, was now silent in fear and uncertainty. Humans had proven that survival, intelligence, and courage were weapons no alien could underestimate. The stars shone quietly above, but below, humans were everywhere, learning, striking, and surviving. The alien fleets had underestimated them, and that mistake would echo across the galaxy. Earth had revealed its true strength, and the galaxy would never forget the name of humanity. The galaxy was no longer quiet. Alien commanders whispered among themselves, trying to understand the humans. Reports of destroyed ships, vanished supply lines, and sudden strikes came from every corner. The aliens had thought humans were weak, easy to defeat. Now they were not sure if any of their calculations could survive. Adam Cole stood in the command center on Earth, looking at the live feeds. Planets, colonies, and ships across space moved like clockwork, all part of one plan. Humans were striking with precision. Humans were everywhere. "This is the moment," Adam said to Laura Bennett, who was reviewing the data from orbital satellites. "We have learned their weaknesses. Now we finish the first phase." Laura nodded. "They do not expect unity. They think every human colony fights alone. But now we are everywhere all at once. They cannot handle it." Engineers worked tirelessly, monitoring energy flows, repairing ships, and preparing new weapons. Civilian volunteers coordinated logistics, communication, and control systems. Humanity's entire network was now a weapon, invisible but unstoppable. Kevin Morris gathered the fleet on Mars. "Today we hit the heart," he told his pilots. "Not just the scouts, not just the supply lines. We strike where they think we cannot reach. We make them see that humans are not weak, we make them afraid." Ryan Jenkins checked his fighter systems, nerves mixed with excitement. "We will show them," he said. "They cannot escape us." In orbit above Earth, Jason Hill and his crew readied the orbital platforms. Every energy cannon, every missile, every satellite weapon was armed. "This is no small strike," he said. "We are everywhere and they will not survive it." The young crew nodded, ready to follow orders without hesitation. On Titan, Daniel Brooks coordinated hidden ships and traps. "We have learned their moves," he said. "We know how they react. We know where they are weak. Today, every alien fleet that faces humans will lose, and they will not understand why." The humans had become unpredictable, clever, and precise. They had turned every weakness into a weapon, every failure into a lesson. The aliens moved cautiously. Their fleets were still strong in numbers, but the humans had already proven that numbers alone could not win. Every attempt to strike back had failed. Every supply line had been attacked. Every landing party had been trapped. Uncertainty spread among the commanders. "They are everywhere," one said. "We cannot predict them." Another shook his head. "We cannot fight them. We do not understand their strategy." Adam and Laura watched as the humans began the full assault. From Earth, Mars, Titan, and hidden stations, humans moved like shadows across alien space. Small attacks became larger, coordinated strikes. Orbital platforms disabled engines and shields. Hidden freighters attacked transport ships. Mining rigs exploded near warships. The aliens could not see the human forces, and they could not respond fast enough. Kevin Morris led a daring maneuver into enemy space. His small fleet struck at the alien command ship, avoiding massive warships and using hidden asteroid fields for cover. Ryan Jenkins followed, darting between enemy fighters, disabling weapons and communications with clever attacks. The humans did not need to destroy everything. They needed to break the confidence of the aliens, and every move did exactly that. On Earth, Adam and Laura directed the attack across the galaxy. Signals, energy beams, and instructions flowed to hidden colonies, civilian teams, and fighters. "Strike here," Laura said. "Disable their engines there. Confuse them here. We are everywhere, and they cannot stop us." Humans were coordinated like never before. The alien alliance had never faced a species that could act as one across so many points at once. The alien fleets panicked. Ships tried to retreat, but their paths were blocked by human traps. Landing parties were destroyed before they reached the ground. Supply lines vanished. Every strike from humans was unexpected, precise, and deadly. The aliens could not regroup. Confusion spread quickly. Commanders argued, trying to find a way to fight a species that moved in ways they could not calculate. On Titan, Daniel Brooks led human ships into an ambush. The aliens had thought the area safe, but humans had hidden fighters in the shadows. Mines, traps, and precision strikes disabled engines and weapons. Ships fell silently, without glory and without warning. The humans did not fight for revenge, only for survival, but their efficiency terrified the enemy. Adam and Laura watched reports from Mars, Titan, and hidden orbital stations. Humans were winning without being reckless. Civilians played a role, engineers guided attacks, pilots struck and vanished. Every victory was precise, every loss minimized. The aliens were learning that humans were not only clever but adaptable. The more humans learned, the more dangerous they became. Kevin and Ryan returned from another strike. "We hit the main supply fleet," Kevin said. "They cannot repair fast enough and they do not know where we are coming next," Ryan smiled. "They cannot even guess what we will do tomorrow." Adam looked at Laura. "They thought they could crush us with numbers, but now they see humans are different. We fight with intelligence, patience, and unity. We are small, but we are everywhere," Laura nodded. "And soon they will know they cannot beat us. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever." In orbit, Jason Hill launched a coordinated strike at the largest alien battleship. Energy beams disabled shields and engines. Hidden fighters attacked from all sides. The alien crew panicked. Every move they made was countered. Humans were no longer hiding. They were appearing everywhere at once, unpredictable, unstoppable. On Mars, Kevin Morris guided his fleet through a dangerous path, striking at the alien command centers and disappearing before reinforcements arrived. "We are not fighting their main fleet directly," he said. "We are breaking their confidence. We are teaching them fear." The pilots nodded, understanding the strategy. Humans did not need to win every battle. They only needed to show the aliens that Earth could not be ignored. Adam walked through the command center, watching reports from every human point of attack. "Every colony, every ship, every civilian, and every platform is part of this," he said. "They thought we were weak. Now they see we are clever, brave, and united, and they will never forget it." Laura monitored energy flows and weapon systems. "They cannot survive this," she said. "They do not understand us. We are everywhere and they cannot fight us as one." Engineers and technicians worked tirelessly, guiding drones, repairing ships, and coordinating civilian defenses. Every human on every colony contributed to the attack, and every strike added to the growing panic among the alien alliance. In hidden human facilities, civilians prepared more improvised weapons, mined asteroids, and guided strikes across alien space. Every action had purpose. Humans had learned to turn weaknesses into weapons, mistakes into lessons, and unpredictability into power. Kevin Morris watched as alien fleets fell into carefully planned traps. "They cannot think fast enough," he said to Ryan. "Everywhere we strike, they lose control," Ryan nodded. "And that is all we need." Adam and Laura reviewed reports of alien losses. Hundreds of ships disabled, supply lines cut, communications destroyed. The humans did not celebrate loudly. They were focused, precise, and efficient. Every victory taught the galaxy something important. Humans were not to be underestimated. On Titan, Daniel Brooks watched his young pilots return from dangerous missions. "They are learning from us," he said. "Every attack we make teaches them fear. Every loss we avoid shows them we are clever. We do not need to destroy them all at once. We only need to survive and strike smart." The pilots nodded, exhausted but proud. In orbit above Earth, Jason Hill continued to fire precision strikes. Every alien fleet that attempted to regroup fell into traps, mines, and hidden fighters. The aliens could not predict human movements, could not counter their strategy, and could not escape their attacks. The humans had turned their entire planet and colonies into a coordinated weapon, invisible and deadly. Adam looked at Laura. They thought Earth was weak. Now they are learning the truth. Humans are clever, brave, and united. We are small, but we are everywhere, and they cannot stop us. Laura nodded. And soon the galaxy will know. They will never underestimate humans again. The alien commanders panicked further. Their fleet morale collapsed. Supply lines were gone. Communications failed. Ships tried to retreat, but traps and hidden forces awaited. Human attacks were everywhere, unexpected and unstoppable. The aliens had never faced a species like humans, and they did not know how to respond. Kevin Morris and Ryan Jenkins returned from their final strike of the day. "They are broken," Kevin said. "They cannot recover fast enough and they cannot predict us." Ryan smiled. "And they will never expect what comes next." Adam and Laura walked through the command center in silence, watching reports from every corner of human space. The retaliation had succeeded beyond expectations. The alien fleets were confused, afraid, and unable to regroup. Humanity had shown that survival, intelligence, and unity were weapons stronger than raw power. The galaxy had begun to realize that humans could not be ignored, and that realization would echo forever. The stars above Earth were bright and quiet. Below, humans rested, repaired, and prepared. Every colony, ship, and orbital station was ready for the next strike. The alien fleets had been broken, not by numbers, but by strategy, intelligence, and unpredictability. Humans had taught the galaxy a lesson it would never forget. The galaxy was quiet. For the first time in decades, or perhaps centuries, no ships moved without caution. Alien fleets that had once laughed at humans now floated in silence. Commanders spoke softly, afraid that speaking too loudly might draw attention. The humans had survived, struck, and taught the galaxy a lesson it could not ignore. Adam Cole stood on the rooftop of a rebuilt command center in New York. The night sky was calm. Stars twinkled far above, but among them he imagined the alien fleets. Humanity had fought them across Mars, Titan, and hidden colonies. They had struck from orbit, hidden bases, and improvised weapons. Humans had been underestimated, and now the galaxy feared that they had been wrong. Laura Bennett walked beside him. "They are silent," she said. "For the first time, the galaxy is not mocking us. They are listening." Adam nodded. "And they will continue to listen." Humans are clever, brave, and united. They will not forget this, and neither will anyone else. On Mars, Kevin Morris surveyed the remains of the alien supply lines. Once bustling with enemy ships, the stations were empty. The few surviving alien vessels retreated quietly, not daring to return for repairs or reinforcements. Human pilots cleaned and repaired their ships, ready for whatever might come next. "We have shown them," Kevin said. "We do not fight for glory, we fight to survive. And now they respect us." Ryan Jenkins walked beside him, tired but smiling. "They underestimated us," he said, "and they will never do it again." Kevin nodded. "No species should ever assume humans are weak. Not now, not ever." On Titan, Daniel Brooks watched young pilots return from their final missions. Every strike had been calculated, precise, and successful. Alien ships had been disabled or forced to flee. Supply lines had been cut, and communications destroyed. The galaxy had been shown that humans were not only resilient but clever beyond expectation. "We do not need to destroy them all at once," Daniel said to his team. "We only needed to survive and fight smart. That has changed everything." Back on Earth, Adam and Laura addressed the world through the global communication network. Families, soldiers, and civilians listened with quiet pride. "The galaxy has ignored us for too long," Adam said. "We have survived. We have fought. And we have taught them that humans are not weak. We do not demand tribute. We do not seek revenge. We only want to be heard. And now we are. Laura added, "This is our message to the stars. Humans are clever, brave, and united. We will not bow to anyone who thinks we are weak. Respect us or face consequences. We hope it never comes to the latter, but we will survive if it does." The message was simple, clear, and firm. The galaxy listened, and for the first time, humans felt truly recognized. Jason Hill monitored the orbital platforms. Every satellite and hidden station remained on alert, ready if needed. "They know we are serious," he said. "Any fleet that tries to strike Earth again will be stopped before it reaches us. We have learned from every battle and we are prepared." The crew nodded quietly. They had witnessed the alien fleets retreat, unsure of what humans might do next. The silence across the galaxy was a warning in itself. Emma Turner and Lisa Grant worked in hidden engineering facilities, repairing damaged ships and preparing new technology. "We have shown them that humans can fight together," Lisa said. "Every colony, every fleet, every civilian team was part of this. The galaxy cannot ignore us again." Emma smiled. "And that is enough. We have survived, we have learned, and we have changed the rules forever." In the empty space between worlds, alien commanders regrouped quietly. No one dared speak loudly. They had lost ships, supply lines, and confidence. Every encounter with humans had left them confused, fearful, and cautious. They understood that humanity was unpredictable, intelligent, and unified. One commander whispered to another, "We cannot take them lightly. We must wait and learn. We underestimated them, and that was a mistake we cannot repeat." On Earth, Adam visited families who had survived the alien attacks. Children asked questions he could not fully answer. "Why did humans fight so well?" a small girl asked. Adam smiled gently. "Because we care," he said. "We fight for each other, for our families, for our home. That is something no alien fleet can understand until it faces us. Humans survive because we never give up, no matter how small we seem." Laura met civilians in the streets, seeing their quiet pride. "You helped too," she said. "Every action mattered. Every person played a role. Humans have survived together, and that is what makes us strong." The people nodded, understanding that bravery was not just about soldiers and ships. It was every human thinking, acting, and surviving together. Kevin Morris and Ryan Jenkins watched the distant stars from Mars. "They are silent now," Ryan said. "No one speaks lightly about Earth." Kevin nodded. "And they will not for a long time. The galaxy has learned to respect humans." Daniel Brooks on Titan looked at the empty skies, remembering every mission, every strike, and every clever trap. "We fought smart," he said. "We survived, and now the galaxy will never forget us." The young pilots around him nodded, proud and exhausted. In orbit, Jason Hill checked systems one last time. "Every fleet knows we are ready," he said. "Even the silent ones. They may rebuild, they may return someday, but they will never underestimate humans again." Adam and Laura stood together on Earth's surface, watching the calm stars. The galaxy had fallen silent, but it was a silence born of respect and caution. Humans had not sought conquest, but their survival, intelligence, and unity had spoken louder than fleets or weapons. The aliens would think twice before attacking again, and every species in the galaxy would remember what humans could do when united. Emma Turner looked at a distant star from her hidden station. "We survived," she said softly. "We survived and we learned. That is what makes humans dangerous." Lisa Grant nodded. "And they know it now. The silence is theirs, not ours." In the colonies, survivors rebuilt homes, repaired ships, and shared stories of clever strikes, daring missions, and unexpected victories. Humanity had not only defended itself, but had proven that being underestimated was a weakness aliens could not exploit. Humans had shown courage, intelligence, and unity, and the galaxy had noticed. Kevin Morris returned to Mars base. "We do not celebrate loudly," he said to his pilots. "We survived. We learned. The galaxy is silent, but that is their fear and respect speaking. Humans are no longer ignored, Ryan Jenkins smiled, and we never will be again. Adam and Laura looked at the Earth below, peaceful after so much struggle. We did it together, Laura said. Every human, every colony, every fleet. We survived and the galaxy will remember it. Adam nodded. And they will know humans do not give up, humans are clever, and humans will never be ignored. The stars shone quietly, reflecting the calm that followed the storm. Alien fleets had retreated, supply lines were broken, and communication networks were silent. Humans had not sought war, but their retaliation had been so precise, clever, and relentless that the galaxy itself fell silent. It was a silence of respect, caution, and fear. Children on Earth looked at the stars, imagining the brave humans in distant colonies and orbiting stations. Families whispered stories of pilots, engineers, and soldiers who had turned their planet into a weapon of unity and intelligence. Humans understood that survival was more than strength. It was cleverness, cooperation, and courage. Adam walked through the streets, seeing people smile quietly, helping each other and rebuilding together. Laura moved among the engineers, pilots, and civilians, proud of everything humanity had done. The galaxy had learned a lesson. Humans were small, clever, brave, and united. Underestimating them was a mistake no one would make again. Kevin Morris and Daniel Brooks sent final reports across human networks. Every strike, every clever maneuver, every victory had been recorded. The aliens would not understand it fully, but humans did. They had survived, adapted, and taught the galaxy that intelligence and courage were as powerful as weapons and fleets. Adam looked at Laura one last time. "The galaxy is silent," he said, "and it will never forget us." Laura nodded. "We have survived, we have won, and we have changed everything. Humanity is no longer ignored." In hidden facilities, orbital platforms, and colonies, humans rested, repaired, and prepared quietly. The galaxy remained silent, not in peace, but in respect. Humans had fought, survived, and shown that being underestimated was a grave mistake. The message was clear. Humanity was clever, brave, and united. The galaxy would never ignore Earth again. The stars shone above, silent witnesses to the strength of a small blue planet. Humans had survived against impossible odds. They had struck with intelligence, strategy, and courage. They had learned, adapted, and triumphed. The galaxy was silent, but it was listening, watching, and remembering. And humanity, for the first time, felt the quiet power of respect. Humans had fought not for conquest, not for revenge, but for survival. And in doing so, they had changed the galaxy forever. Every fleet, every world, every species would remember that Earth was home to clever, brave, and united humans. And the silence that followed was not emptiness. It was the lasting echo of humanity's triumph.